Tom can't hear me apparently. But we always want to thank McDonald's and Cherville for providing us with breakfast every Saturday morning.
Come up, do something over there, mess with something. He's plugged in one of those. Sorry, JP, we're
That's okay.
working on Tom's
yeah.
ears this morning. He can't hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We
I
hear
can
you fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear
Well,
you.
Your microphone phone works fine.
Yeah, I can't hear it. That's it. Whatever you did there. Yeah.
You hear me now?
It's a little bit of static, but it's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, a lot of static.
I guess I just have a lot of
We'll deal with it. Our Trent Marty's not here, so we're gonna have to depend on Terry to do this.
So what are you saying, Tom? I don't understand how this is supposed to go. Good or bad?
Your tech skills may not be the most refined.
They can be.
Is that offensive?
Can you hear now, Tom?
I can hear. I'm good.
All right, we're good.
Good morning.
Good job, Terry. Your tech skills were fantastic, weren't they?
Oh, well, it's like, what the world does that mean?
Well, happy breakfast for you. For everybody listening on the radio right now, 92.9 FM or 1590 AM. You can watch this show every Saturday on YouTube. And if you do miss it, you miss a segment, your favorite sport that we talk about, you can always go back and rewatch the whole show immediately after the show's over, and you can watch the segment starting on Monday. We get them cut up, chopped up for you. So you can go back and watch each individual part. So if you want to watch Terry's comments on NASCAR or Tom's on the Browns, you can jump around and find that like that. So happy breakfast, though, morning to you, JP. I got a egg and cheese biscuit and a strawberry banana smoothie in here. What you eating on in there?
I have finished my egg and cheese biscuit.
Usually he hasn't started yet.
I know. He did well today.
He likes cold biscuits, or not hot biscuits. I know that. Tom, you like hot biscuits. What'd you have?
I did. I had a bacon, egg, and cheese McMuffin, a hash brown, and I'm sipping on my McDonald's coffee in memory of Steve Roberts. I remember how much he used to love McDonald's coffee when I bring him in. He gets so excited when I had it in my hand, Terry, when I did the post-game show. So enjoying my McDonald's coffee. Thank you very much.
Terry, what you got?
I had sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin with a hash brown. I got a Coke here in front of me.
Well, good morning, everybody. Saturday morning's Shock Jock Sports Talk brought to you by McDonald's of Cherville here on KDCBroadcasting.com. We've got Atlanta Braves baseball today at 3:45 WHS at Tampa Bay Rays, and tomorrow at 1:15 on WHS and Tampa as well. NASCAR racing this weekend. Xfinity Series begins coverage at 4:30 today from Bristol today, and then tomorrow coverage begins at 2 p.m. I think it's the Food City 500. I'll look that up just a second. I guess I can click on one little thing here, and yes, the Food City 500 is this race. It's the daytime race. Terry, you like the day or the nighttime race better?
I like the nighttime race.
I like the nighttime race.
Yeah, I like the colors.
Have you been to Bristol?
Yes.
I have not. That's one I've not been to. Waiting on my people to send me Bristol tickets. You know, say, can't get your Bristol tickets. So then we'll look on TV, and there's plenty of Bristol empty seats sitting there sometimes. So that used to be the biggest show in NASCAR a long time ago, back when I was in school. I remember that was the when people come straight through Boone that weekend. It was packed every weekend, and you talk about getting tickets. That's what everybody you ain't getting Bristol tickets, and unless you're paying a lot. So that's where they are this week. I don't know if there's any difference about that now.
That's when Dale Earnhardt was up there, buddy.
He was dead when I was there, Terry.
You know.
He actually died my senior year or freshman year.
01?
No, he died senior year. Yeah, senior year. Because I remember tell you where I was at, Terry, when I learned the news. Calvin Albright's house.
It was 01, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was watching it on television.
I was coming back.
I think we were playing basketball or golf. I think it was basketball. Go ahead, Tom.
I was coming back from a youth and government trip because we used to take the kids to Raleigh every year to participate in youth and government. And we had found, because it was Sunday, it was a race, Sunday. And we'd come back to school, and then they said, that he had passed away. So sad day.
Well, Terry, whatever you do today, don't pick Denny Hamlin because I ain't going to the race because I went to the last two and he won both of them. So I'm his lucky charm. He hadn't won one in over a year. Hamlin wins again. Byron second, Bell third, Reddick fourth, and Blaney fifth down in Darlington. I got here's some pictures from Darlington. I tell you what, you know, they do the throwback weekend and the schemes and all that, and it's random how it jumps around. And a lot of the guys are talking about they don't like it. It's too much, and I guess they want them to do it like not every time they go to Darlington, I guess, or something like, you know, there's 2 races, so you can't just throw back everything. But I do want to say, like, and for the people that I don't know if you saw on TV or not, but the 43 back in the petty orange and blue.
I think it looks good. Yeah.
I'm telling you, Tom, on the track, could never missed it.
All right.
Knew where it was the whole time. That petty orange is so bright.
Yeah.
It's just lit. You can see it on track. It's beautiful. That in the blue there. There's a photo of it there online for the folks watch it on YouTube. There's the Menards bright yellow that was really bright. You know, if you'll look at Petty, Tom, right behind him is the Dollar Tree is one of his teammates.
Dollar General or Dollar Tree?
That's the Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree. Okay.
That one. So they're one of the 43 sponsors too. They kind of rotate with the legacy teams.
Right.
The last race I went to, the 43 was in their regular green and white colors. And I'll say this is that it was extremely hard to find the car during the race.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it was a white car with
Camouflage.
green letters going 150 miles per hour. And I'm just like, where's the 43? Where's the 44? Where's the 43? One of the things about, you know, as a Jimmy Johnson fan, one of the things about his car you could always find was that neon yellow 48 number. Whatever color they changed the car, that number was 48, and you could see it shining on the track and follow it with your eyes. That's one thing, you know, you're eating, you're drinking, you're talking, you're sitting there at the track, and you look up, where's my car driver? You don't want to spin your head around. But the 43 looked fantastic, I will say. So whoever's sponsoring it, just use those colors. And we'll be okay. So I did get a couple of pictures there from, let's see, we're going to go this one.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, missed that. So I ended up, so Tom, my tickets, you don't know too much about Darlington, but my tickets were in turn 1, okay?
I've been there.
So
I was there in 94.
So the parking is behind turn 4-3 back here, okay?
Right. Yeah.
Where I'm sitting right there in that picture, I still got a whole other quarter mile to my seats or half mile to my seats.
Yeah.
I didn't make it that far.
Oh yeah.
I've already walked a mile, and I just walked up there, and that was pretty much close to the start finish line. I was probably 100 yards down the straightaway from it. You could see the line there right there, and there was plenty of. There was like 3 or 4 rows of empty seats. I'm like, man, I'm going down here until I get thrown out. Nobody ever come and checked.
Yeah.
There was no ushers, and I was not.
When I was there, I was in one of the straight, like just as the turn finished. I can't remember which turn it was.
You can't be on that side anymore, the back side. So the back stretch is no longer open. So at 94, it probably was open actually.
Yeah.
At that time, it may have been considered the front stretch too, Tom. I'm not sure.
We day tripped it down there. We actually went, watched. It was back then, you know, it was the Bush race back then. We went down for the Bush race. So Labor Day weekend is when they traditionally had it. You know, they used to race there twice, right? Back in the day.
They still do, yeah.
They still race there
Darlington's
twice.
got 2.
They still got 2. Yeah, but the Labor Day race is the one we went down. It was fun. It was right when school started, you know, so it was kind of like, oh, let's go have a little, everybody's back at school. Let's go have a fun trip.
This is the one that, no, the one in the fall was the Cookout 400 that didn't have the Cookout. They, so for advice on this one, if you're going to Darlington, if you are in the turn 1 stands, there is no entrance down there for fans. So here's what I'm doing, why I even walked even further. So the fan zone is right down the front stretch. And the gate, though, the last gate to get in is like just pretty much where I'm sitting. It is, so you don't even get near those stands. So if you're in those stands, you have to enter pretty much the middle of the track. And if you don't know it, I walked all the way down into turn 4 thinking, so I'm outside the track. So I did walk to my seat technically, Tom.
Yeah.
And then walked back. And I'm like, I'm not walking back over there. So that was the end of that one. So I did head up good seats, and it's all a really good race there. Of course, another Denny Hamlin victory, which he's just all right. He was, so as a Johnson fan, he he beat Denny a lot, and he did a lot of whining about it.
Yeah. You know, he got some a little Kyle Busch in him. Huh?
He's a whiner.
Yeah.
And I guess some of the people. I mean, he's a good driver. Don't know. It'll never say anything like that from him. But yeah, I didn't like him too much when Jimmy was actually racing because the one championship Jimmy took from him. God, the crying.
Oh gosh. Well,
qualifying today is at 3:00. The Xfinity Series race begins at 5.
and just remind everybody when does do we have that on CSL?
Yep, starts
Okay.
at 4.
4:00. Okay. Yeah.
The Food City 500 tomorrow. Green flags around 3ish, 3:11 probably 3:15ish, and our coverage begins at 2:00.
2:00. Okay.
An hour before.
And when I say CSL, WCSL 92.9, same station you're listening to right now.
Mm-hmm. Now, you can't go watch it on our YouTube though, but we'll talk about it next weekend. Let's see if I had any notes from the actual from any fun tweets from the race.
Kevin, what's the
weekend.
All-Star race? Is it about a month?
It's in May, right?
Yeah. Where are they doing it at Charlotte again?
You know, Tom.
So I got thinking about that because the end of school's coming, and that's one of the strawberries coming to season, and the All-Star race comes.
North Wilkesboro again.
They're going to race at North Wilkesboro,
where it was last year.
I wonder how much a ticket would be to that. We need to look that up.
But I'm going to click on it what it says right here. Let's see, single day tickets. Let's go with Sunday. How about that?
Yeah, how much is your single day? Well, while you're looking that up, funny story. I can't remember. I was talking about a baseball player who was going to Rockingham Community College.
Lowest price, $93.
That's not bad. But the kid.
Well, if you take 2 kids.
You're right. You're right. If you go by
you have
yourself,
your $8 corn
you're
dogs.
Right. Excellent. But I preached that last week. There should be a kid discount. Definitely should be a kid discount. But
well, here's it. The greatest thing about NASCAR is if you're smart, Tom, you don't have to buy the $8 tickets. You just bring your own sandwiches and food in.
Yeah, because they let you do that. You can bring in a cooler. Yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
You can't go to a Hornets game or a Panthers game and bring your 12-pack of beer. I can bring my beer, my food. I brought sandwiches, popcorn, whatever you want. If you keep the ice cream frozen long enough, you can
even by today's standards, though, I don't know. I mean, I'm scared I'd take a kid to a race and spend $100 on a ticket, and he'd sit there play out games on his phone.
Right, like I showed you that kid from the other day. Well, they were at least working.
It might not. It might be a guy's day out. It's like, okay, Mom, keep the kids. I'm going with Billy to watch the race. But what I was saying is, I was talking about a kid going to Rockingham Community College. I'm like, I was like, Rockingham, y'all heard of Rockingham, but everybody in North Carolina heard of Rockingham back before they shut it down because the raceway was there. I said, guys, the raceway's there. They looked at me like I was from outer space. They'd never heard of Rockingham, North Carolina. But when I was growing up, even when I was like a little kid, you knew Rockingham because you heard on the radio or you heard on television that they're going to race at Rockingham. So I'd like to see that come back. Wouldn't it be neat to bring that one back?
Well, you're in luck. They race there next week in the Truck Series.
Truck Series, yeah. I mean, bring a Cup race back.
So there is negotiations and talk about possibly that will be the next stop for the All-Star race.
Okay,
you know how they rebuilt North Wilkesboro.
You're gonna do the same
thing.
So
the NASCAR folks want North Wilkesboro to actually be a points race as opposed to
they won't do that.
A championship race to get all the because we've talked about on those All-Star races, the short track. If you're not catching the back of the field, it's you just the leader kind of pulls away. So you only have 20 cars in the All-Star as opposed to 40. It's a way different race. So the guys want it to be a points race and bunch everybody up. So that's one of the thoughts on that. We might see that on the future. But the trucks are in Rockingham next Friday. They raced last night. Chandler Smith won that race up in Bristol. So Rockingham, it's Friday at 5:00. I'm not sure if we'll have that on KTC yet or not. Probably have baseball on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the truck race.
Yeah, I was listening to. I thought we might have Burns on 92.9, but I rained out, so we had Braves. It was Braves on both stations. They went up 2-0. I guess we'll get to that later.
Yes, Tom. We're talking NASCAR.
I know my mind kind of bing bonged around.
Terry, have you been to Rockingham Speedway?
I've been by it, but I haven't been in it. There you go.
Got you. Well, at least you've been by it. I don't even know if I've been by it.
I was telling Kevin the kids don't know where Rockingham is.
Oh.
You know, like kids around here.
Well, no
It's like
major roads go through there.
But yeah, that's the point. The racetrack put it on the map. You know what I mean?
People under 30 or 30 only know.
They don't know.
They only know the street signs
Yeah.
off 85 and 74.
You know, my kids didn't know where Mount Holly was.
Right.
I said, you know, East Gaston, you play them twice a year.
It's almost, I mean, the Rockinghham's almost like daggum going to Richmond Senior High School. It's just out there in the middle of nowhere.
If you're
Reedsville,
Martinsville,
yeah. Reedsville, yeah. It
you-
used to be places like that.
Richmond Senior's out there in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't say Reedsville.
Yeah, Reedsville. Reedsville's in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
I did have another point, but
We ruined it. We
I
ruined
can't
it.
remember what
We
it was.
ruined the
I
show.
can't remember what it was
we ruined
now.
it. Between you and your random comments and me, you know, getting off topic, we just ruined Kevin's show.
I'll be thinking about. I'll find my point next talk, and then Tom says something about the Braves schedule too.
I got to thinking.
What's going on in turn 4?
Yeah,
Darlington?
that's my fault. It's my fault. I apologize. At least I admit when I'm wrong. Unlike you two.
Well, I do admit one.
Terry, if you go into the race, what do you like to put in your cooler?
In
Take
my
sandwich.
cooler,
You take sandwiches. You stuff. Now, see, back in the day, do what?
I buy.
Oh, you buy at the track?
Yeah.
Crazy. Money bags over here. I guess when
He got that.
you ain't buying tires, you can spend it on fine dining at the track.
I mean, my
$8 corn dogs.
Come on now.
Literally, if you have the same truck that when Bill Clinton was still the president, you bought it. You've probably got a little money for a sandwich at the track.
What's that got to do with anything?
You got to think
Tom?
about it. Your truck has survived like 5 administrations. That's why you got money to buy a sandwich at the track.
I don't even think I've seen Rockingham on any video games or anything. So I'm just at no point in my thoughts can I come across even thinking
I can't
about what
remember
the
last
track
time I
layout
was through there.
even is like.
Kevin, don't you pass it going to Wilmington?
Yes, if you go that
Yeah,
way, that is
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
So that is funny. The Wilmington folks know where it's at.
Yeah, Wilmington folks do know.
And I
where
tell you,
it's
for the folks listening on this radio, if you want to know where something is or how to get to somewhere, ask somebody from the country because they have to get everywhere to go.
Yeah,
There's somebody
yeah.
from Cherville how to get somewhere. I can tell you how to get to Lincoln and Cherville, Charlotte, everywhere around this,
Cat
anywhere
Square.
western of 77.
Tom,
I
you
can
don't
tell
know
you
how
how
to
to
get
get.
Cat Square. I know.
I can tell you how to get there, but there are limits to this. If you go inside someone's city limits, people in Gastonia don't even know Cherville's in Gaston County.
Oh, yeah.
You're
That's
sitting there
true.
saying you don't know, you don't, your kids didn't know Mount Holly. It don't surprise me. Like I said, I've met so many people from Gastonia, like Cherville's in Gaston County. I didn't know that much.
Hey, did
Did you go to Gaston County schools? Yes. And our name never showed up on anything. That
when
with you guys.
I go to Charlotte and I say Shelby, they go, "Is that Rutherford County?" Or they don't know. They don't know what county Shelby's in, and it's literally like less than an hour away.
So in defense of some people, like Tom, living in Shelby, do you have any reason, unless it's for something specific, to be in Lincoln?
Yeah, they got worldwide imports there. I go.
Well, there you go.
I
That's what I'm saying. But like,
You're
or
right,
for
you're
somebody
right.
from Lincoln to be
in
Shelby. You
right.
ask somebody from
You
Lincoln
got to say-
County
you got
about
to say-
Shelby,
yeah.
they're like, I've never been to Shelby. I go to Shelby for no reason.
But
See
we do because we sometimes we do because we're like the discount store junkies, so we know where they are in all the counties.
the people that the country folks would drive around.
There's like a little one in Vesper City, a discount grocery and things like that. So we kind of know where those things are. But I understand. I see your point exactly. Like if there's a Walmart in Shelby, why am I going to Lincoln into Walmart? You know what I mean? Like people that just stay in their town.
Yeah, I do know some ladies that'll bounce the Walmarts.
You know, that is weird, isn't it?
Because
Yeah.
this one, ours got different stuff now, Tommy.
Ours got different. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Sometimes they have more, but not different. It's the same stuff. Like some will have more than others, but yeah, we're kind of discount store and flea market folks. So when we have a little time, we might go to a different county and figure out where they are. But most people don't. Most people don't venture probably around here more than 5 or 10 miles from their house. Wouldn't you say, Terry? They don't go very far.
Most of the time,
They
I'm
don't go very
telling you.
far, man.
I got a few NASCAR notes here from the past week or so on my NASCAR tweets. Now, this one's interesting. We talk about you ain't cheating if you ain't trying in NASCAR, Tom. So this is the type of things that they have to look out for. He's holding the water bag, the water bottle, the water bag, the bag that holds the water bottles. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, line that joker in lead. Put a little weight in it. Team just got caught cheating with lead-lined water bottles to add weight to the car. Parts of the car.
To make it easier to turn. Is that why you would do that?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I figured.
But
It'll slow you down on the straightaway, though,
see,
wouldn't it?
there you go. There's the Roush.
I want to tell you something about those little water bottles bags right there. When they don't work and they're supposed to be cooling the driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think of what happens
the 30,
then.
40,
All of a sudden it's hot, and that thing is tremendously hot.
Yeah, who was it passed? It was Keselowski, was it? A couple weeks ago that passed
sure
out.
Was. Because of the water thing. It was
yeah,
burning him up.
If it don't get cool, you're surrounded by water, and the car's hotter than than the water, than your body temperature too. Yeah, the 34 sewed it into the lining while the 51 team just stuffed a piece of lead in there. Also the 51 team had weighted cords that weren't actually attached. He's showing them there, and so a little bit different parts, different ways
it's
to do it.
It's
Tom.
bad how you have to cheat to win.
It's always been that way, though, hasn't it?
But it's like that in every sport.
So I showed you my pictures from Darlington. How about, did you see Host Car's new car, Terry? He was on Facebook Marketplace.
Who? I don't listen to that guy, man.
Hocevar. Carson Hocevar.
I know. Who cares?
Well, this is his new car. He bought off Facebook and drove to Darlington this past weekend.
That's awesome.
Look at that. Yeah, that is awesome.
No, Terry, you just said you don't care about him.
Well,
now that's awesome, Tom.
Well, no, it's not.
Well, he got fooled by whoever bought it. They just put some Goodrich stickers in a 3 on an old black truck, and Carson Hocevar
Is it at least a Chevrolet, isn't it?
I guess. I think
it's
so.
a
There
Chevrolet,
you go. So it's someone Dale Earnhardt their truck to look like Dale's car, and Hocevar bought it and drove it to Darlington this weekend. Actually, from Charlotte. So there's a picture of him. Let's see. Next up,
You'd have a lot of people taking pictures of your truck.
And it's a NASCAR driver doing it. You
I know.
Come on. That's the cool part. You roll up and it's an actual driver. I think I had one more on that. I'll find it. Just a second. Where'd he go? Oh yeah. All right. All right, folks. This is Terry's people right here, Tom. Have you heard about the Lamar Jackson, Dale Earnhardt Jr. saga here?
No.
So Lamar Jackson copyrighted his 8 number, and Dale Earnhardt Motorsports, they've had been 8, and they actually had to buy it from. Didn't anybody have to buy it from his mama, Terry?
I think so.
Is what had to happen. He had to buy it from DI Motorsports. So this is so Lamar Jackson ended up suing Earnhardt this about a month or so ago over the use of the number 8 and logos and stuff, and and they settled, and Dale was all nice about it and everything. They figured out the problem, but this is one of Terry's people. I think it's filmed in Cat Square. Explaining the situation. All right, Tom. He does it way better than I do. All right, Tom, hit computer.
This is a Lamar Jackson number 8 right here. Take a good hard look at it, because a lot of people wouldn't know that by looking at it, that that's a Lamar Jackson number 8. But what about this number 8 right here? Do I even need to say who this number 8 belongs to? No! Everybody knows who this number 8 belongs to. There is no confusion. Lamar Jackson thinks he owns the number 8. Nobody owns any number, son. This is your 8, Lamar Jackson. This is the 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr., son. That's what number 8 this is. There is absolutely zero confusion with this number 8. If a person is possibly confused as to which number 8 is which, they don't know anything about sports. Lamar Jackson, you do not own the number 8. Why in the world are you suing Dale Earnhardt Jr. over some sort of confusion between this ugly number 8 and this extremely 8 right here looks like it's hauling butt down the track, son. Hold on for dear life, baby. Whoa, son.
Okay. That was that cocaine-infused rage, I think.
Do you agree with this point?
I do agree with the guy.
Thank you.
I mean,
How does Lamar? So
awesome.
Lamar Jackson is suing Dale Earnhardt Jr. for copyright infringement over that.
Correct.
that is the dumbest thing.
How
I've
can
ever
anybody?
heard.
How can anybody own a number?
Correct. I'm just telling you. That's
I mean,
How can Lamar Jackson sue anybody? I mean, he's
Well-
been around less than Dale Earnhardt's been around.
well, all you have to do is erase that little squiggly line in the middle, and you have the number of Super Bowls he's won, 0. So it's like, why don't you shut up and try to watch some film so you might actually win the Super Bowl?
you can't
AFC
really say
championship games
that.
either. He ain't won one of those.
He ain't
can't
gonna.
say
He
that.
ain't gonna win. He ain't
He's
gonna
won
win
a lot of games, about like Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s won a lot of races,
Yeah,
but
but,
he's
you know-
not won a title neither.
I'd say he needs to be in the film room, not the courtroom. I'd say quit
I mean,
quit
I
choking
like
and
Dale. I pull for Dale, but
I got to.
yeah, but at the same time, but what I'm saying is, if Dale's not suing, Lamar's suing him, right?
Yeah, correct.
So what I'm saying is,
that's dumb.
son, you embarrass yourself every January. Maybe you need to go hit up Planet Fitness and watch some film and stop suing people over a number. That's all I'm saying.
One more time.
Extremely fast looking number 8 right here looks like it's hauling butt down the track, son. Hold on for dear life, baby. Whoa, son.
That dude's on cocaine. That he did 2 lines of cocaine.
Looks
Right
like
there.
Terry's brother.
He did. 2
Oh,
lines
that
of
is
cocaine.
just awesome. Oh, all right, Terry, who you got this week in Bristol?
Oh my goodness. Well, it's time for Kyle Busch to like show something, is it not?
I don't know, is it?
I'm taking Kyle Busch.
Oh, obviously, for 17 straight races, Tom. He's taking.
I mean, come on. Last week
So we're at
here he was
Darlington.
again, racing so
Bristol,
bad
Bristol
he ends
odds.
up finishing
Bristol.
10th.
Bristol.
Bristol. Let's go with Elliott.
Nah, possible.
I was going to say Logano before I looked at the looking at the odds.
Joey Logano and who's the other guy? Gosh.
Christopher Bell, you got to put him up.
Bell's,
Yeah.
Bell's third.
Yeah.
Who's the
That's what I'm
guy?
saying.
Who's the guy that got in trouble a few years
Larson's
ago?
first.
Larson. Yeah.
Hamlin's-
Go. If you don't know, just guess
Yeah.
Larson.
Looking at your odds, Larson's first, Hamlin second, Bell, Blaney, Chase Elliott, Byron Gibbs, then Logano. So and then 8, Kyle Busch there about 9th, Terry. So you're in the neighborhood. So there you
Yeah.
go. All right, JP, I know we got to take a break. We're way past it. We come back, we got to talk Masters golf. They're already teeing off and playing this morning, getting ready to go. Chip's out there having a good time.
He even had to send us pictures that he is working.
I think that was the whole Scheffler bogey too. So we'll have to check.
Oh.
I think it was his
The
fault.
damn cameras messed him up.
Yep. All right, we'll be back in a minute. KDCBroadcasting.com.